Wahoo! Alright, bienvenue. Honkaroo. Here we go. A new pack from an exciting plastic insert. Let's open it up. Let's see who's fighting today. This is a fun way of doing things, these team battles, but they are often overwhelmed by a ridiculous godlike opponent fighting against a team of only children. But nonetheless, they are enjoyable. Alright, let's just open this pack all the way. There we go. There we go. I know you like that. No scissors. Just pure peels. Oof. Oh, those are good peelies. Savor them. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Bisected sauce boy. Alrighty. It's HR first, as usual. Turn this pack around. Here we go. The Naruto boy and the sauce boy. Now I will say they are children, but they did beat Zabuza. I mean, they didn't really beat him. They outsmarted him. They outwitted him. They used the strategy that broke their teacher, Kakashi, out of that water prison that Zabuza was putting him in, which was pretty impressive. I mean, you know, they don't really develop the friendship of these two, probably because the comic doesn't have enough time to go into it all and just has to move on to the next plot point. But you know, that was a good friendship moment. For all the shit I talk about these guys, like, never having a friendship, and it's ridiculous why Naruto thinks the Sauce Boy is his best friend, based on all of the non-friendship moments that have happened with them. They did have at least one or two good moments with Zabuza and Haku, where Naruto and the Sauce Boy actually had some synergy. And they came up with a good strategy. They broke Kakashi out of that water prison. It was pretty dang good. Pretty dang good for a couple of little boys. They're going to be up against Shikamaru. Now, that would be a tough battle in and of itself because he is such a big-brained boy, and he's also an adult, so he's quite a bit better. Would have been interesting to see Shikamaru as a kid fight these two doofuses, to see if he could have come up with enough of a strategy to beat them. Oh, and there's that AR Tamari again. Well, this is weird. This is now the third time I've drawn this AR. It must be that she is a less rare... Is she a less rare AR? Is that possible? I thought all ARs were the same rarity. Maybe that's not true. I have no idea. Anyway, I've gotten this card 3 times now, and it's fairly rare, so I'm confused as to why it's coming up so much. That's cute, though. Shikamaru and Tamari. They're a team. You know, they're a married couple. I guess eventually they're dating. I don't know. I think even if they were kids, if Kid Shikamaru and Tamari went up against Kid Naruto and Sauce Boy, maybe during the Chunin exams or something, that would have been kind of interesting. What would have happened? Clones, because that's what he always does. You know, clones are difficult because I think Shikamaru could only shadow snatch one guy at a time. He would probably be able to tell which is the real Naruto, though, because he's so smart. And Tamari would be able to blow a lot of the clones away, I guess, with big air attacks. Sasuke would be the main sort of firepower with that Chidori. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think either of these guys use strategies that are too advanced, so maybe Shikamaru could have whipped something up if he had a teammate. Because, Naruto is very easy to strategize around. He really only does one thing. And, you know, Sauce Boy, he was pretty fast in the Chunin exams. He was definitely a threat. He had a powerful punchy jutsu, punch right through you. That would be interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, Shikamaru didn't win his Chunin exams fight, although he did perform well enough to become. He was promoted. He was the only guy who was promoted. So would he actually win in a fight? I think so. I think if he had a teammate. I think the whole point of his Chunin exam was that, like, he was acknowledged because under the circumstances where he was working with somebody else, he would have won because he like sets up such good supports, and does such good strategies to like hamper his opponent. Yeah, I'd like to give it to Shikamaru and Tamari. I think Chunin Exam Sasuke is pretty strong. He might be fast enough to outmaneuver these guys, both of them. And Naruto is sometimes a very broken fighter. He has many shadow clones, um, and he has a lot of chakra on his side. So, yeah, I mean, maybe I'll give it a 50-50 split, I think. Um, yeah, really depends on Shikamaru's synergy with Tamari. And the HR, well, this is a nice one. It's powerful Sakura. She has her regeneration power activated on her forehead. She's regenerating. She's regenerating her friends as well. And there's this big spiky fluff. This big kind of flower type of thing. Purple energy, or pink and purple energy. So much energy. She's jumping over here. Now she's jumping over here. No here, no here. Yeah, she's just moving a little bit. A little bit of HR. That's cool though. I like the idea that Sakura is very briefly good, but sadly she's almost immediately overshadowed by her friends. These assholes here who are descendants of literal gods. Sakura is just some girl. So it's great that she manages to keep up with them at all for any length of time. There's a part in the war arc where she like punches a bunch of guys and they're like, "Whoa, she's really strong." And then they become the reincarnation of Ninja God himself. And they're like, "Oh, Sakura is not very useful anymore." So for about 3 seconds, she does her forehead seal, and she's a big help. And that's all she gets. She was really cool when she beats Sasori. That was a good arc. Gara Rescue arc, probably the best arc in the show. Lots of good Sakura, lots of good Kakashi, even a little Neji in that one. Even a little pinch of Neji in that one, in that arc. It's good. All right, well, more ARs for the AR trading pile, just piling up. But we got a nice HR of Sakura. Canonically towards the end of the Sakura Museum, because this is her appearance at the end of the war arc, towards the end of the comic. Cool, okay. GG, go to sleep.